film Back to the Future needs no introduction, and it came out 40 years ago now. The DeLorean needs no introduction. But what happens when you combine an obsession with that film with one of the best loved original YouTubers? Well, what you get is Colin Furze not only owning a DeLorean, but also fulfilling his lifetime ambition of making Marty McFly's truck, but a 2025 rendition. And that's what that Hilux Arctic Trucks is over there. And in this episode, we're going to meet Colin, we're going to have a look around his garage and learn about what on earth it took to build that truck. I'm Jonny Smith. This is The Late Brake Show. Like and subscribe. If you've watched The Late Brake Show for a long time, you will know about Colin because, well, you'll know about him probably anyway.
You'll list somewhere.
You'll know him because one of my first episodes when I set up my channel was meeting you, coming to chat with you about your life and cars and
the old Hilux, yes,
the OG over there. But this is about your new car, your daily driver. You've bought an actual new car.
We have, yeah. Well, we've got all sorts of things for you to look at here, but I think the main focus is this, isn't it? So
yeah. Hiluxes, I've done a few things with Hiluxes on the channel, but I know you've got a massive affiliation with Hiluxes.
Yeah, I love a pickup,
And you thought, I want a new car, but I don't want something normal. You like the look of a brawny, monster trucky thing that you could use.
It's kind of weird, like, I really love my old pickup.
Yeah.
And I want to use that more, but it does need a lot of work to it. And
it's rotten.
And I say I haven't got the time. This took quite a long time, actually. Maybe it would have been easier to just restore that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it had a lot of work doing to it, and I thought I want something that's like really, it's reliable. That's not reliable, but it's an old vehicle and things do happen to it, sort of thing. So I thought, right, how can I get a new version of that nowadays? Because new pickup trucks, generally, I don't really like the look of them that much. They're too bulbous, tiny little wheels. They're all just a bit plastic and a bit fat. And obviously everyone's got this affection with double cabs at the minute, which I just think are the just most pointless vehicles ever.
Yeah.
You don't take anybody anywhere in them and you can't fit much in the back. So just what's the point?
Yes.
So
no, I'm with you. So you've decided to marry two things that you love. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And the Toyota Hilux. And then somewhere in between is an everyday vehicle that's semi-practical.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
That's this. I've called it the 8525. It's inspired by 1985, but of course it is a 25 plate.
Yeah.
I am very pleased with this. So, because when I first kind of set out in my head, right, I'm going to get a pickup, going to try and make it look really cool, and obviously I thought, well, I'd like to do a remake. You
want to emulate this because this is. Before you get too excited, Colin, you don't just actually own this.
No, this is not my car. This is a guy called Hubert. He couldn't be here today, unfortunately. So Hubert's kind of he lent me this basically for the video, and I said, "Oh, Johnny wants to come and do some stuff."
He's a top bloke.
He's just let me keep it for a
So
few
he built
extra days.
this kind of homage.
He's had it restored. I'm not sure what he did, where he bought it from, where it got. I think it got done in the UK, but I think he imported it and then had it all done and everything. So since he picked it up, it's not fully registered yet. He had to bring it on a trailer, and there are still like little teething problems with it, like going back together and stuff and things like that. But it was amazing to see it like in the flesh and also next to mine, because I didn't know. This was like a complete surprise to me while I was doing that, because basically the DeLorean Owners Club, they have like a meeting like 2 or 3 times a year. They normally have it in King's Lynn in October, but this year they had it in Peterborough, and I was like, that's a bit closer, that is.
Yeah.
And like the night before, it was like them storms and it was like mega windy, and I was like, I wonder if they're not going to bother with it. So I went on like their Facebook page to check to see if it was all still going ahead, and then I saw this, and I was like, whoa! This was like 9:30 at night.
Who's bought McFly's pickup?
Yeah, and I was like, and I said to Jake, I said, I'm going to go Peterborough. This is my son. I was like, why? And he's like, because the truck's there. And I was like, if for any reason that's not there tomorrow, and he's literally just stopped by for the day and I don't see it. So I literally, and he's like, oh, can I come? So like me and my 13-year-old kid, like just bomb off to Peterborough in the middle of the night to go and see matey. And then he was like, yeah. And then we ended up doing the whole drive-by past my house. And
you might have seen that on social media. How many DeLoreans?
20 DeLoreans in this all descended into Stamford and like just gridlocked the whole road. Yeah, and then we knocked on all the neighbours' doors and said, oh, can we park DeLorean on your drive, and just filled the whole neighbourhood up with DMCs. It was brilliant.
It was really cool. It was really cool.
So yeah.
So it's 40 years since the film.
Yes.
And obviously the date was October the 25th.
There's the 21st and the 26th, depending on if you look at when they went back or when they went forward.
Right.
So there's 2 dates. I sometimes get them confused. There's November the 5th they went back to. I think November the 11th is when they left.
Yeah.
And then October 21st, 2015 is when they went forward. But
Okay.
I think the 26th of October is the 85 date when they went back.
And that's
I
where-
hope I haven't got that wrong.
But I know that's when you see a lot of DeLorean-related stuff on social media.
Yeah. Back to the Future Day,
But-
which I think is the 21st. So
But this often lives in the shadows of the DeLorean. Everyone knows a DeLorean. Everyone recognises it. That's obviously yours. In fact, just remembered, when I got to 100,000
yeah, well,
subscribers
I come and delivered your
on my channel, you
plaque, innit?
delivered it.
He just pimps me out every now and again. He'll ring me up. Can you come and do
Yeah,
this? Yes, Jonathan.
That's very kind of you for doing
All
that.
right.
That was when the world was topsy-turvy. So, yes, I do remember that. And you brought that to our show that we did, the Late Break show in
Yeah, Manchester.
Manchester. I loved doing that show. That was good. In the big Grand Central Station.
Yeah, fantastic.
So you actually drove it there, not trailered it there. So, and it didn't break down.
No, it got there in one piece. It's been a very good car, to be fair.
Has it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I
still-
don't use it loads, obviously. I'm currently building its new home.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, which you want to come and see later, don't
Oh,
you?
yes.
The garage.
We'll go there. Yeah. We're going to go to his underground garage that's not quite finished yet, but
No.
getting there.
It's a work in progress.
But back to the Arctic Trucks Hilux. So you started with this bit, which you were talking about. This is not a single cab, but it's not a double. It's
Yeah. So it's an extra cab,
Yeah.
which means you basically get this little kind of little. I mean, what do you call that? It's great because if you need to pick people up, you can get more people.
It's
in
a
this.
children door or a somewhere to put your trousers and guns if you're in America.
Exactly. Yeah. Or for me, it's my cameras. So the
Yes.
camera box. If I'm filming somewhere else, I can put that in there, and I don't have to worry about getting wet.
Yeah.
So it is actually quite practical in that sense, but you've still got a reasonable sized bed on it.
Yeah. And this is true to the original film car.
Yes, because the film car, as it says with this sticker, is an extra cab.
Right.
So, but that doesn't have the seats.
It's just somewhere to put a bag and a gun.
Yeah, I think if I was to build my own and say to Mr. Toyota, I would probably have this with like a fold down seat or something, and then
yeah.
compress it and
Like a London taxi kind of seat.
and then take another 6 inches off this, and then do away with have a tiny little window just like that. Because I still think these beds, they're not quite big enough. So if I was to build my own,
Next project.
so yeah, so Mr. Toyota, when he rings me up for ripping off his logos for my other bit of merch I did with the bundle box, I'll say like, never mind that, mate. Can I design a truck for you? And then
mind.
I just shrink it all a tiny bit as well.
Yeah.
Because they've got so bulbous and fat. I parked them in here along a line and then did a thing in the video where I crossed from one to the other so you could see how it had grown.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous. But the thing is, like, the bed hasn't grown. The beds are the same, if not like a bit smaller. So it was all just all the crumple zones and all the safety nonsense.
The bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think they could slim that down a little bit.
So I mean, as a kid of the 80s like you, I mean, I remember these looked really chunky.
Yeah.
These were big, and now we're here. But the main focus is probably this sticker here, this badge.
Yeah. So essentially, when I looked at getting the truck, obviously, when you buy them, they don't look that great.
Yeah.
They just all look a bit, like I said, the bodies are so big. I always think it's like a massive fat person on tiny little shoes. I just think it just doesn't look right. And although you can put slightly bigger wheels on it and stuff, it's still not in proportion with the body. So of course, if you start searching online, Arctic Trucks, we've all heard of them from the Top Gear Polar Hilux.
Yeah.
And I looked on the website and I thought, it's quite dear, the conversion sort of thing. And I thought, that's, it's quite a bit of money, but it does look bloody awesome. And then there was a day I was working on the garage and it was like absolutely raining, peeing it down. And I said to Charlotte, let's go and see the Arctic Trucks people, go and see what, they actually do. And then I went and saw how much actual work they do. Like they change all the gift earring, all this gets cut out. Like the amount of work that goes into this is actually quite extensive. So the chassis points get moved back. All of this inner sill, or whatever you want to call it, the inner
Like
sill.
in a wing, in a structure.
Yeah, is all cut away and all lifted up and moved back, because obviously to get these massive wheels in, you have to make such a lot of space. And if you can tell by the flares that they put on, they actually come past the door.
Oh yeah.
Like the door joints are actually like back there.
Yeah.
So
a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, yeah. The suspension's all redone, because the whole thing gets a body lift, so it's all lifted up 20 mil as well on the chassis.
Those are reserve dampers and everything.
Yeah, so and I was like, oh, actually, yeah, this is pretty decent. And also, it doesn't void your Toyota warranty, which is probably where, you know, some of the money's going to, which is quite handy, because obviously if you buy a new truck and then do all this to it, they'll just turn around and be like, But no, so you can actually go into a Toyota garage and order it through the Toyota garage.
Yes, I remember reading about that, which is really cool. Those and Isuzus, I think, as well.
Yes.
But you didn't just want to order an Arctic Truck single and a half cab, or whatever you call it, extra cab. You wanted to make it a little bit more B to TTF.
This is obviously all the bull bars and stuff, you can't buy these for a new one.
Yeah.
So, and obviously the body shapes are so different.
Yeah.
And this was the thing I was worried about, is getting it to look right, because obviously the front of a new vehicle is not flat.
No.
Like these are literally like, you know,
they're
there's probably
flat.
2 inches, you know, go back is the most it does, other than that it's dead flat. Awesome. And I thought, you can't do that. So I thought, I can't have bull bars coming out here.
No.
Sort of thing. So I thought, I've got to curl them around, and then you've got fog lights and other things to think of. But
so you've made this?
Yeah, made that.
Yeah.
So made all that. I've had to print these off, because the original ones were KC.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get any of them, so we've got CFs instead.
CFs.
And then obviously the roll bars and everything like that.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Everything matches the old one. If you come down the back here, and obviously, as you'll know, this all gets a bit trick at the back here.
It looks great.
So
this is why, when we were chatting about this, when I knew you were starting to build it, you said, I'm not just building it to look like a Back to the Future type of or modern version of, I actually need it as a work truck.
Yeah, I want to use it.
Your original Hilux in all your early videos was the thing that you used to go and fetch materials. And
it had like pulse jets strapped in the back of it, you know, experiments and stuff like that. And I kind of want this to be like the vehicle of the channel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if I go anywhere or take stuff anywhere, it goes in this.
Yeah.
And there's obviously certain things that pickups could do with. Now, because we've lifted this up,
it is high.
It is quite high now. So this roll hoop here, this second one, is actually is a lift. So this whole thing flips up. So I've got a little thing that pops up here, and then you just turn it on, so the pump's not on all the time. And then there's a little pendant
Got
here.
a remote.
And there. So the whole thing goes up.
It's like a skip lorry.
Yeah, it's exactly like a skip lorry. So then basically we won't just bring it all the way over. That winch goes over the little rolly bar thing.
Yeah.
Pull stuff up, and then you can pull it back in again.
Brilliant.
And it does work really well. There's like a slip rolling machine over there that weighs like nearly 200 kilos. Picks it up, put it straight back in.
Dude, why haven't you patented this? Because no one else has done this, have they? You just made this yourself.
Yeah. So
but this is actually useful.
It is. It's just quite complicated to put in the vehicle.
Yeah.
So I said to the Arctic Trucks guy, like, you know, should I look at selling this? But it is, I don't know, is it one of those niche things? Like, how much would it cost? Like the amount of work with all the hydraulics and all the
But if you've got a work truck, you know, like these cherry picker conversions on Land Rover.
Yeah, I suppose it is a bit like that.
For a certain job, it's like, it's key. This is great.
Back down it goes.
You. When you've got a vision, and it's neat, isn't it? Because it just ties in with that light bar exactly. It looks like it would never move.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like you build these things yourself.
Yeah.
And they look to a certain point like homemade, but as soon as it got powder coated and I put it in, I'm like, this looks like it came with the vehicle.
This looks factory. So these are all this bracketry here.
Everything, I've made everything myself. So it's wet at the minute. I do apologise because it's raining, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a stickler for making things neat. So all the washers and everything, I've machined up. You know, like aluminium bits and like even all the clips down the ram are like 3D printed to keep all the hoses and everything in line. But
And what's this?
then this thing here, now this is not my idea. I did see this on Facebook, where basically...
Well, you saw something positive on Facebook.
I saw something positive. So obviously because the beds aren't big enough, so this folds up and then it flips out and then it locks on to where the... there you go. I've got some little clips that go down there and proper lock it in.
So it's an extra bed.
It is an extra bed.
So you can drive it at normal speeds, obviously have stuff lashed in.
Yeah.
It's just got your name across the back.
Yeah, just in case I forget it. Because obviously as soon as I bought this, the first thing I went to put in it was like this door frame. And it literally came to about there, and I couldn't do this up, and I was like, oh God, these, do you know what I mean? And it was one of those like love-hate things, like I wanted a single cab one, but I got this, and it's like, I can't fit anything in it, blooming pointless, sort of thing. So that was kind of the desire to go down this route. Now this one's made of steel, which it is very heavy. I've experimented in trying to make some aluminium ones. I need to basically put the louvers in and emboss them and... Do you know what I mean? To add a bit of strength in. So this is kind of a work in progress.
And this is to obviously let air out as well when you go.
No, this is just weight saving.
Is that all it is?
Oh yeah, because this thing weighs a ton.
Right.
Like literally feel how heavy it's made the tailgate. So.
Bloody hell.
But like if you put this little magnet down here, look, which it locks down on my fingers.
Yeah. Where do I release it?
Well, you kind of just let go of it when you get to.
Do
I? So if you feel that now. So. It's proper, so it's proper heavy. But yeah, so I might come back to that because I like it, but I thought let's live with it for a little bit, because sometimes when you think of these things and when you make these things, after using them for a while, you're kind of like, actually, that doesn't need to be there. That's too slow. Do you know what I mean? You kind of start to see the direction that it should be going.
Yeah. You look cold. I've got something for you.
Said he was going to give me that ages ago. He's like, I know. As soon as you start talking, Colin, I'll give you one of my jumpers.
There you go.
Look at that, look. So I'm going to wear this.
This is quality gear as well. Quality gear.
It is very, very nice, Jonathan. It's very nice. So this is late break show merch.
This is merch,
and this is available now.
Yeah, this is available now in the merch shop. Look,
doing his job now.
Look, this is available. Various other merch is available too, including stickers. In fact, I put some stickers. I'll put some stickers in there for you.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan.
Machines and...
Well, although I don't want you to take off your Back to the Future inspired gear, you might as well have a new Furze hoodie.
Oh, you beauty!
Feel the weight of that, Jonathan. Feel the weight of that.
Are we going to
keep calling him Jonathan, don't I?
Why are you doing this? It's just that's weighty.
Which, of course, is available on my shop.
Yeah.
Is this video going out before Christmas?
Yeah. I think so.
I do socks as well.
Do you?
Yeah, Furze socks.
Damn it, I don't. Do you do key
I haven't got on.
Look at you, turn around.
What? Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Shameless plug-in.
High quality, look at that, hey. I want to talk drivetrains, I want to talk lights.
Yes.
So the Arctic trucks, they must change the gearing.
Yeah, this is another one of the things as well, which is why there's so much work, is obviously if you whack massive wheels on, you sap engine power, you have torque issues, so the diff gearing is all changed. Take all the diffs to bits and put new gears in it.
Okay.
So it actually
new internals
in the gear, so all the diffs get dropped off it and all the drivetrain. So that gets done, and then there's a little modification that goes on the back of the Speedo as well, because obviously
the rolling radius is much bigger.
Yeah, because it knocks the Speedo out, so they sort all that out as well.
So is it still quick and responsive?
Yeah, I mean, you can have a go at it. He's going to get to drive it shortly, so you can ask yourself all these questions while you're sat in the driver's seat. But no, it handles pretty well, to be fair. It takes a bit of getting used to because it's massive.
Well, and the tyres are balloons.
Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? When you first get in it, you're like, whoa.
You talk to me about you got the lights.
Yeah, so
up there and down here.
These ones are replicas of the originals, basically. Yeah. Obviously, they've got these covers on, which I've 3D printed myself. I can just slide them off.
Oh, they are old school.
So these are halogens. Yeah. And then, but those are LED, so they're like new spec ones. Click that on there. Yeah. Look at that, fits lovely.
It does.
And I'll give you a little flash of these. These are by Vision X.
Yeah.
So these are Swedish.
For sure.
They are absolute.
I've made the mistake of staring at stuff like this before. Whoa. Yeah, that's quite bright. Obviously a diesel.
Yep.
Still, isn't it?
2.8.
Yeah.
Which I think they've got a tiny bit bigger because they were 2.4s. The old one's 2.4.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of years ago you could get this in a 2.4, but I think they're all 2.8s. There was a hybrid version, but I think pickup trucks need to be simple.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is way more complicated than that. When you look under the bonnet, I mean, when I was working underneath it, doing all the hydraulics, all the sensors and all the AdBlue stuff and everything, I just looked up at this and just thought, I don't want any of this.
No.
I just, that guy that imports the Toyotas down in Kent.
Yes.
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 The first time I watched that was similar when I was ordering this.
Roland and Horden, yeah, because you messaged me and went, those guys who bring in the old
If
Land
they
Cruisers.
could have got a brand new one of them, this wouldn't be sat here. No way, I would have got one of them. But it kind of weird because obviously when they said that they could get like the V8 diesels as like a crate engine, that was like, ooh, that sounds interesting.
Well, maybe that's the future for that.
Well, it maybe could be because I'm all about simplicity. I am, and I look at these and I just think it's a box of tricks and magic that just too complicated.
So this, I know you've talked about restoring it at some point because this is the sort of your.
I will get around to doing it.
It's one of it's the founding. It's the original prop from Colin Furze's channel.
Yeah. So this old original one, I think it's done about 180,000 miles, which is about right, although it's not the original engine. Don't worry about that. The wing took a bit of a knock. And
it's chafing
it chafes on, because the door, I think one of the door hinges has dropped, or the wing, the mount where the wing is,
That's very chafy.
It's you can nearly pull that off.
Colin,
what?
Look.
I know. There's all the. I know exactly what I need to do on it. But when I restore it, I'm not going to literally make it look like that one.
No.
It's going to look exactly the same as this, but it will just be, mechanically beautiful.
I think if you put this on a new Land Cruiser 70 series chassis, V8 manual diesel engine, and transplant this cab onto it, and then a new bed, relatively speaking, with a bit of your touches to it.
Well, this is the thing, you see, it's how far do you go? Because obviously you look in this and you think, well, this is absolutely knackered. This side here, I've welded all these plates in and I've kind of done it all. Yeah. Whereas that side, I never got round to doing.
Yeah.
Basically. So it kind of has had bits done to it. But when I did all this, I didn't have a big workshop. I didn't have all the blooming rollers and bead rollers and stuff. So it was just bits of plate bodged in. And essentially, this is the vehicle I learned to weld on.
Yeah. The DeLorean, we won't dwell on it too long because, I mean, look, Phil, just get some pretty shots of it and we'll all just stand and stare because it's amazing.
Right, and Jonathan Smith, you've done a lot of talking, but I think in this wonderful weather that we've got here, you want to take that for a drive.
Yeah.
And he's been asking, he wants to come see the underground garage because everybody does.
Yeah. If you haven't followed his build of his underground secret garage thing, where have you been living? Underground? Well, viewers, we're on the way to Colin's underground facility. Because the weather is absolutely dreadful, let's just cut to some footage of Colin driving it on a really nice day. I'm quite impressed with how peppy it is. With these enormous all-terrain tyres, and I'm sort of short shifting just to see what it does. And it's picking up really, really well.
It handles reasonably well. It's kind of weird because you've obviously got more chassis roll than what you've got in a car.
Yeah.
So you have to get used to the fact that it will go over a lot more before it then starts to kind of like feel like it's planted.
Yeah.
But after you get used to it, it's like, oh, actually, you can turn this around quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be kicking out some moisture, Jonny Smith. We literally can't get rid of it. I mean, I don't want to turn this up too much.
I don't know what sort of moisture I'm kicking out.
I don't know what the humidity level is in here at the moment, but I don't have this problem when I'm on my own. It's got to be you.
Are you old enough to remember the Fall Guy?
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Colt Seavers.
I bet you used to love that, didn't you? Yeah, with the huge jumps. Yeah. And they used to weight the back of the truck down, so it always did a proper like bump front slap.
Yeah.
Came down.
No, that was a big part of my childhood. And literally, I was only watching it just to see the truck do a jump. It did 2 jumps, I think, every episode, didn't it?
Yeah.
So
it was a Dodge. I think it was a Dodge.
Yeah, or was that the General Lee that did 2 jumps every episode?
Well, of course, the General Lee. Yeah, I mean, they made because they realised that was why people tuned in.
Yeah,
the storylines weren't exactly strong.
Yeah.
It was about when is the General going to jump.
And as a 7 or 8 year old kid or whatever, you never really. Like Daisy Duke she was just a character. That's just Daisy Duke. Whereas your dad's like Daisy Duke.
Yes,
I'm there for the Dodge.
Yeah.
Dad's there for Daisy Duke.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you don't tune into that, do you? Like,
I was too young.
Daisy Hasselhoff always was rescuing some, nice looking woman from a farm or something in Knight Rider. Again, I'm just there for the car. So, like 7 or 8 year old kid just straight over your head, isn't it?
Over your head.
Right, now if you want to pull on the drive, do not go on the green bit for God's sake, or else we will have this in the underground garage and we're never getting it out.
Do not go on the green bit.
Yeah,
no,
so just do not go on the green bit. The green bit is a trapdoor for cars. At the minute, I've got one cone.
Have you really?
Got one cone up.
You need to buy more cones.
I do need to buy more cones. Right, guys, underground garage time. We're here. So then, here we are, secret garage tour.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
If you don't know, Colin burrowed even under his house and created a bunker at the bottom of the garden and then wanted to link the bunker to the house.
It's cool.
And this is the original shed, but you can now access it from the shed. And so what I wanted to show you on this episode, apart from the lovely Hiluxes and stuff, is the fact that ultimately where we've parked the truck outside his house, you're going to have a drive-on drive that then disappears under the floor.
Yeah, it will come up, you'll drive onto it, and then it will come down.
And then, so the car lives in a subterranean...
Yeah, so the DeLorean, in hopefully not too distant future, will live underground. So
this is your latest project?
This is the video that's literally gone out only like 10 minutes ago, but not when you watch this, because it will be like a week, 2 weeks ago, whatever.
I was sitting in his kitchen waiting for him.
So this is the magnet suspension bike. So these are magnets.
Yeah.
So you try and force the magnets together.
I know, mate, when you were telling me about this, it's like, that doesn't sound like it could work.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
But you always manage to make it work.
Yeah, you always get there. So, but this is kind of weird because you don't normally have the front suspension in the frame. But playing the whole YouTube game with the thumbnail, I thought that looks more interesting, if you know what I mean. So
that's brilliant. See, most people's houses, if I'd come here and seen this, I'd go, right.
It's a bit Fritzl or whatever. With some of the comments.
It's time to call the sodding police, but no. I trust you.
It's all right, John. You will come out. Yeah. John, I've called you John now. Jonathan.
The only person on earth who's called me John and then Jonathan, apart from my own mum.
Right, let me just turn all the lights on and stuff.
Like and subscribe. It's been a while since I've been down here.
Do you want to do a predictable?
A predictable?
Yeah, so you ask the predictable a question, you have to say it out loud, and then you put the predictable and it can come out of one of 3 holes.
Okay. Dear predictable, is the Late Break Show going to get 1 million subscribers before my birthday at the end of February?
Yes. It is. It actually can. It has been scarily correct.
What?
It's predicted Formula One world champions, whether people's babies are going to be like, arriving and stuff like that. It's freaky.
I thought it was just a glory hole thing, but anyway. Yeah.
He goes to dark places sometimes.
So that's the bit you could come back up into the house.
Yeah, if you wanted to go in the house, that goes up into the pantry.
Yeah,
I'd very rarely use that entrance because it's quite thin. It's harder to get up that one than
I remember going in that one when you first built it.
So this is a sign, just in case I get lost or have amnesia and come down here and I don't know where I am. here, John. If you wanna open the door, it's anti-clockwise. So until it stops and the lights come on. So I'll get out of the way for this because I've done this 1,000 times.
Right, look at this. Again, I remember seeing your sketches about this and thinking, bloody hell, Colin. Oh, it lights.
Flux capacitor.
Bloody hell, man. It's like a bank vault, a homemade bank
it's
vault.
proper heavy. Like if you got your fingers trapped in it, you'd be crying.
Okay, wow. This is different to the last time I saw it. It is like a steampunk theatre. That kind of shape there. And it looks like, in this light, it looks like wood panelling, but of course it's all steel, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the thing, you see, because this door, like I made such a good job of the door, that I think when you come in the room needs to live up to the door now.
Yeah, the door is just so beautiful. It's a perfect example of your mad over-engineering mind. So it's pissing with rain right now and it doesn't seem to be really leaking.
No, the only leak, there's a patch that has leaked, but that's not the room. That's because effectively there's just a tarpaulin with a bit of astroturf over this bit of wood. And I think in the past when we've been doing stuff, we've pinholed it. So sometimes you get the odd little drip come down, but it comes down from the middle of this wood, hence why it's here. So it's not the room leaking, it's just the cover.
Come, viewers, if you're trying to get your head around the setup of what we're talking about.
I'll put the proper lights on.
Yeah, Colin, put the lights on. We'll show you this scale model.
Yeah, so this is basically the model. This is like dead to scale, like to the point where in the video, like I could film this model and then go and put the camera in what would be the same place outside, and you could blend from one bit to the other, which is quite a cool thing to do actually, to kind of demonstrate what's happening and where it's going.
And you built this?
Yeah, I made this because like no one makes models anymore, do they? No. It's all computer impressions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love this.
Quite often when I'm talking about things on a video, I'm like, people really, how do I get across what I'm trying to say or what I'm trying to do? And I thought, we need a model. And also, Back to the Future, Doc, although his models weren't always to scale.
I apologize for the crudity of this model, but
no, Doc, it's not to scale.
So, okay, right. So we're there.
Yeah, you're stood right over there.
Yeah. That is that bit that we've just come into.
There's the down step, look. There's the step, look.
Oh yeah,
so you've got the step on it.
Yeah, and then the opening bit. This is the bit.
There.
We've just put your Hilux there outside your front door.
Yes.
Can I grab this?
Yeah, I'll just take that because it rolls off and smashes on the floor.
Oh, you've done that a few times.
Oh God, this is knackered now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that will come up. You'll drive your car on, and then it will lower back down again. So slightly different to that.
Yeah.
So, and then it's going to have a turntable as well. So when it gets to the bottom here, it will be able to be turned round. So you drive in forwards, drive out forwards. That is the plan.
Just remember this. He has welded every single weld that you can see of every piece of steel. You've barrowed out or carried out most of the rubble yourself.
Well, we dug this one with a digger. The tunnel was done manually.
Yeah.
I started to do this manually, but it was really weird because digging up to the surface means you have to go through the clay seam. And that was just like so hard because everyone was worried about the original one collapsing. Like when you want it to collapse and fall down, you just wouldn't do it because clay just sticks.
Yeah, of course.
And you use so much energy just trying to get the clay to come down. And then when it does come down, it's heavier than the rock nearly. Yeah. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. We might as well do this bit with a digger. And you were never going to dig all this by hand. No. God, no.
And you forget that this is your garage, and obviously we've been through the first corridor, but the original bunker, the first underground project you did,
that's still right at the end of the garden.
That's at the end of your garden.
And once this is done, then I'm going to then take the tunnel down the garden to connect it to the bunker. So the whole thing will all be connected. I don't know.
Thanks for showing us.
That's all right.
This is it's a monumental project, all for the love and the obsession of a DeLorean and
I just love the idea of underground tunnels. I think people do. Like, it must be a bloke thing.
Yeah.
Loads of blokes, how's your tunnel coming on? And the wives will just be like, I don't get it. So I just thought, why do you want to do that? So I'm like, it's just cool, isn't it?
Okay, I'm going to end this video by saying thanks for watching, obviously, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you don't know
Got
who
to
he
get him
is.
to a mill soon. The Predictable's predicted it.
Yeah.
And he wants his gold plate.
Yeah, would you deliver my plaque? Maybe through here.
Yeah, who's going to get there first? Into a million or me finish this?
That would be great. That would be great. But the last thing I want to ask you is what vehicle is coming next? What do you want to buy next? I know you've got.
Like I said, I like the idea of them old Toyotas that the guy sells down south.
Yeah. The 70 series Land Cruisers. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, obviously, I've got my E30s coming back from Yorkshire Car Restoration at some point.
Yeah, that's going to be
I'm looking forward to that because obviously I've not seen or driven that for a long time.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Yeah. 2-hour video.